Today's Sunshine Note is titled, "The Day My Husband Pretended to Be a Girl." So Eli told Samuel, "Go and lie down, and if he calls you, say, 'Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening.'" 1 Samuel 3:9. I once thought my husband was a woman. It was the week before he asked me to marry him, and little did I know that he was making secret plans with my family to fly to Arizona for spring break and to surprise me with a proposal. His flight had been delayed the day he arrived to propose, so he called my house to let my brother, who was picking him up at the airport, know. Except that I answered the phone. Immediately, he became a teenage girl. She asked if my brother was there, giggled inside, and consented just to call back later. She wouldn't give her name. She was Greg, and the whole time I spoke to her, I never recognized his voice at all. One night, when the little boy Samuel was asleep in the tabernacle, he heard someone calling his name. Not surprisingly, Samuel didn't recognize the voice of God. 1 Samuel 3:7 tells us that Samuel didn't yet know the Lord, that God's word had not yet been revealed to him. So when he heard his name, he jumped up and ran to Eli and asked why Eli had called him. Eli assured Samuel that he hadn't called and sent him back to bed. 3 times this happened, but by the 3rd time Eli had figured out that God was calling his young helper. So Eli helped Samuel to prepare an answer. Sure enough, when God called his name again, Samuel bravely answered, "Speak, for your servant is listening." Would I recognize the voice of God if He called me today? Would you? Are we familiar with His voice? Are we close enough to Him to understand when He is calling? I want to be the kind of person who recognizes God's voice among the rest of the clutter and worry in my own head. In order to be able to do that, we need to know a secret. Samuel's reply to God's call tells what it is. We have to listen. We have to have an awareness of God in our lives. Listen for God today. Try to discern what He is saying to you amid all the noise of the rest of the world. Spend some quiet time getting to know His voice. May God bless you today.